Guys, Bobby Kicks back in the mix for Kickstory podcast. We're back with another live stream with a special guest. Vibe Tennis will be joining us in a couple of minutes here, trying to get the algorithm and people going right now on this Sunday afternoon. Thank you for joining us, guys. Thank you for all the support as well. Hopefully, you guys are having a great weekend so far. What up, guys? Thank you for joining us on this live stream. We're going to get this party started pretty soon. We have a special guest for today's live stream. It's going to be Vibe Tennis. Great gear, great entrepreneur, enthusiast of the sneaker culture in terms of like the tennis scene and so on. So he's going to tell his kick story with you guys. Hope you enjoy it. Goatee will be joining us in a couple of seconds here or so, and our special guest as well. Vibe Tennis, if you're Rich, he actually goes by Rich, but if you're watching this, I'm going to send you an invite, and then that's how you're going to join, okay? So give us a second here. Thank you for joining us. Happy Sunday. Make sure you're going to kickstreetpodcast.com to support and to subscribe to all of our channels right now during this season break. If you haven't noticed, we took a break from season into season. We finished season 3. We're going into season 4. We're shooting a lot of content for season 4 right now. We're going to be relaunching right now season 4 pretty soon. So we have some dates up in the air right now, but we want to make sure that we're doing basically doing this right. So I see Goatee right now. I'm going to invite you right now, okay? Hold on one second. I see Vibe Tennis as well. Give me 1 second, guys. I'm going to turn around my camera because I have my other screen on. Give me 1 second. There you go. Accept. In a second here. All right, give it a second here. Let's try that again. There he is. There you are. What's up, man? How you doing?
What up? What up? What up? What's good, man? What's going on?
Here we are again, another live stream. Telling the audience we have a special guest.
Woo, buddy.
A little bit, yeah, something a little bit cool, something a little bit different. I'm very excited to hear this story. So,
Me too.
thank you guys for joining us. I see Vibe Tennis right now. You want me to bring him in?
Bring him in. Bring him in. Of course.
Okay. All right.
Air Route 23. You've been supporting us since you first learned about us. Just want to let you know we appreciate you. Season 4 is coming soon for you, brother. I know you've been waiting, man. Salute.
Thank you, guys. Yep. So I just accepted the. There he is. What up? All right, cool. We can get started now.
What's going on?
What's going on, Rich? What's going on, Rich?
I'm good, man. How we doing?
We doing great, man. We doing great. Happy Sunday.
Happy Sunday to you guys too, man. It's an honor and a privilege to be on here, man. I'm pumped up and excited, Super
Thank you.
excited.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And this is fitting because you vibe tennis, and we got a special occasion that's happening in my home soil, New York City, man. So fitting, perfect timing, I should say.
Yeah, it is the perfect timing, man. The U.S. Open, it actually kicks off tomorrow, the qualifying. So tennis is in the air. New York City is going to turn up, and it's going to be nothing but action, nothing but vibes for the next 2 weeks, 3 weeks, actually. So it's going to be crazy.
Yes, sir.
Love it, love
Yes,
it, love it.
indeedy. Yeah,
So,
fellas.
so real quick, just want to give everyone thank you for joining us on the live stream, spending some time with us on this Sunday, beautiful Sunday. Hopefully, you're all having a great weekend so far. Rich, if you don't mind introducing yourself, who you are, where you're from, and all your handles there to the audience. Platform is yours.
You got it. My name is Rich Henry, and I was born in Guyana, was raised in Barbados, spent all my formative years down on the island. Left the island at 17 and a half on a tennis scholarship on a journey. Many years ago, 1997, I left the Rock, but the Rock's still with me. You know what I mean? I've traveled through many different paths. I played tennis at a collegiate level, Division I for Jackson State. Shout out to the Tigers. And,
Nice.
the journey took me on from playing at a high level on to coaching collegiately, professionally, top juniors. And now I am in the private club space, working with many different people, teaching them how to play the game. And so a few years ago, I had the idea to start this brand out of my passions for music, art, tennis,
How
fashion,
long
all.
ago? How long ago did you start this brand? When?
Great question. Great question. May 2015, I was sitting in, it's funny, I looked at my timestamp on the design. I was sitting in the shop just kind of relaxing. And
Uh-huh.
I got angry with myself. I was like, man, there's nothing happening. No one calling for lessons. And it kind of, that was the impetus to try to do something on my own. And I said, wait, I want to start a brand out of the things I love to do. And that way it could be truly authentic. Every day I'm making moves, and I know that that's going to be true to the brand. And out came this idea, when we're in the Caribbean and we hanging out with home, everybody say, yo, that's a vibe. So
Yeah.
I was like, wait, we always associate the word vibe with
Right.
ambiance and parties and dances, but we got to put it into sports, because
Yeah.
sports is a vibe too.
Yeah.
Facts.
So that came into my head, and I sat there, and as we creatives do, you start jotting down, and then I sketched these headphones over a tennis ball, and then it was like the moment when I go, yo, that's
Yeah.
it.
That's a vibe right there. That's a
Right. And,
vibe.
and and I got very excited about it, and I put the word vibe tennis, as in you can make it a verb, vibe on tennis. You can make it a noun, it's something. We're going to vibe tennis, you know what I mean? So I almost was like strategically trying to place that word, making it one word, and make it whatever you want to make it. And I never forget, I was teaching a lesson the following morning, and I showed it to a client. And I was like, man, I'm all excited. I showed him, look, I got this next biggest idea. We all entrepreneurs, we go, I got it. I got the
Yeah.
hype.
Yeah.
And he
Yeah.
looks at me, he goes, Rich, that's dope, but you can't do anything until you trademark it. So then I had to go through, the process and everything. So we hit the ground running with shirts, hats, and the top of trademark was locked in 2016. Top of 17, we started shirts and t-shirts. Now we have windbreakers, we got wristbands, accessories, sweatpants. So it's been a really great journey, learning a lot along the way, and really
Yep.
about building community, because you're finding people that go, wait, I like that too.
Yep.
Right.
Yes,
Love it, man.
sir.
Love that. Love that intro, man. I mean, if you guys didn't catch it, it's all about tennis, man. Like tennis. I'm a big fan of the sport. Never played it, but it's a fast-paced game. I'm all about the fast-paced, energy behind that game. So I really enjoy watching it, and especially the gear, man. I mean, if you're going back to the 80s and 90s, like that gear was super comfortable, performance, ready, and man, it's just, from the court to casual wear, like you can do it all, right? So I love that. Yep.
Listen to me. I always tell people, as we explore the sport of tennis and we look, tennis had its footprint in a lot of streetwear and culture for a long
Yeah.
time, even though it was
100%.
even though it's considered a country club. I mean, dudes in the Sergio Tacchini sweats,
Let me
Lotto
tell you
Theodore.
something. Let me tell you something. First of all, I got to recognize you from Guyana, right? I'm from Brooklyn, so I was raised around a lot of Guyanese. So
Yeah,
you guys make
Barbados.
the best. You guys make the best rotis. Just had to say
Ah,
that. Just had to say that from my New York spirit. I had to say
yeah,
that.
well, that's heritage. Guyana and Barbados,
Yes,
love
sir.
and love.
But growing up, tennis, we was rocking lottos. We was watching what's that? Sergio Tacchini to
Sergio Tacchini,
Yes.
still going
Sergio
Yeah.
hard.
Tacchini.
Sergio
We was
Tacchini.
rocking
Yep.
Elise's. Like, yo, some of the dopest tennis. Polo, which is a Brooklyn, that's what we do. Polo was like, and their tennis is like, man, tennis, you right. Tennis in the vibe, in the urban feel, since the 80s, man, since the sweatsuit era, man. Hardcore,
Always had their
hardcore.
stamp, and you would even hear it in lyrics, in hip hop lyrics, and dudes are making references. They might not have played.
Benetton.
Yeah,
Come
you might not
on.
have, you might not have played the game, but there was something that you go, whoa, that's fresh. So it
Special.
doesn't matter if you're on the court or not.
Facts.
Yes,
Facts.
indeedy.
So
That's
so
awesome, man.
so
Love it.
so Guyana, so you didn't you were already because you mentioned you're in the East Coast, right? So did you make this brand, you created this brand in Guyana or when you
No, no, no,
came to the
no.
States?
So I was born in Guyana. I left there at Atala. I didn't spend any
Gotcha.
real years there. So
Gotcha.
Barbados is really home in terms of what I know, how I was raised. Though I consider myself in terms of growing up, all your years and it was spent in Barbados. So all of the training and everything was done on Barbados.
Got
So
you.
so yeah. So this brand, I left Barbados when I was 17. I'm a lot older
Gotcha.
now. I'm not gonna give my age away, but
Gotcha.
17 and
Gotcha.
97. Y'all can do the math.
Yeah.
So what was that tennis sneaker? I mean, Bobby, should we go into first love right now, or
Yeah, I mean, it only makes sense, man. I'm really
right?
curious to know what the sneaker scene is, but we'll dive into that. Yeah, go ahead, man. Open it up.
All right, all
Yeah,
right.
no, no,
So
yeah. What was that first love? Like we know hip hop and fashion, tennis, is a vibe in its own way. But what was that first sneaker that was your first love? And if you have it, even great. But we curious to know. First love.
okay, great question, and I'm ready to go. I was 11 years old, and I came to the U.S. for the first time to visit my grandmother, who was living in Jamaica, Queens. So, 11-year-old kid from Barbados, now getting into tennis. My older brother, well, he was an amazing tennis player. And we're on the hunt with my dad looking for Air Tech Challenge threes because the threes are out. So we're out looking for these shoes.
Reese.
Yeah. So we're looking for these threes, and dad got Ruel these joints, the volts.
Oh,
Yes.
And then I'm going, what in the world are these? They got the ball burning on the back.
Yeah.
shout out Tom
Shout
I
Andrews.
out
said,
Tom Andrich. Tom Andrich with that cool logo.
Shout
Cool
out Tom
dude.
Andrews.
Beautiful
phenomenal.
artwork.
It
Yeah.
just, in terms of visual and what was so
Show the sneaker
functional,
again. As you're talking, can you show the sneaker again? Because I just love looking
sure.
at that sneaker. Oh, yep, you can continue. Look at that.
Yeah. So I remember, I'll never forget, we're out in Queens. Remember, I'm an 11-year-old kid from the islands looking at New York like, wow, wow. So that, and I remember they were a hefty price, and Dad was like, well, and I'm like, well, you got my brother there, can you? So then he turned around and got me. He said, look, you only got one shoot, one choice, one shot. And it was later in the summer. I remember it was later, so things were on sale, like August-ish.
That's right.
And these are the retros, not these are the ones that this is my first love right here.
Yes.
These
Wow.
is first love. And I went back
I
to
love it.
Barbados like I was king. I said, and we're in secondary school now, so I'm in first form, and I'm going, nobody can talk to me, man. I'm on there. I got the and
Yeah.
then and then I was in school. I remember I saw one because remember context. We're in Caribbean. It's very hard to get these shoes. It's
Right.
almost
Right.
and especially when they come out. And I'm in school and I'm on the tennis court and I see this other dude. Shout out to David Foster. David Foster was the only other dude with those colors. I'm like, yo, man, you can't come in here with those like that's my. But yeah, that's the first love. That is my first love. That's my first shoe that made me go, wow, I want to have more of these.
Hey, Rich, quick question then. So you saw those shoes. Did you know who Andre Agassi was? Did you see the shoes on him?
Yes.
How did that connect?
Great
Okay.
question. Great question. So at this point, I'm just getting into the game. I mean,
Okay.
as entry level. So I'm following in my brother's footsteps. I am going down to a place called the Hilton in Barbados. Shout out to Jerry Archer. And I'm just trying to make my way and fiddle my way through the game. You know, no name yet because I'm learning. And so now in that time period, we're just looking at magazines. Magazines that was the only way for you to really see what's hot. So we're getting these tennis magazines. Maybe the issue came out in March. Maybe I got it in August, September. Doesn't matter. But I'm flipping through there, and there's Agassi at the French Open in the purple Air Tech 3s at the French. And he has the shirt on with the little zipper
Yep.
and
Yeah.
the denim shorts and the spandex, and he's got the ball in the back. And I'm like, oh my God, that's because it was something so new. You hadn't seen this on the court.
Right.
Up until that point, everything was very cookie cutter, logo on the
Right.
left chest. And Nike was really pushing the envelope with denim and zippers and black sneakers. So I saw it on Agassi. And then again, we're we're cutting out the things and telling my pops, yo, dad. He's like, yo, man, I can't afford that. Dad, come on.
Yeah.
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 No,
Love
no,
that.
it's great.
Wow, that's awesome, man. One
Yeah.
quick thing I want to mention too, real quick. Shout out Wilson Smith. Shout out Tom Andrich.
Yes.
Um, they designed a lot of the Agassi gear. We
Right.
were lucky enough to see some of the pieces privately with Wilson Smith.
Wilson
He
Smith.
Oh,
shared with
man.
some of the catalog designs, earlier designs of like the gear and the shoes, man. Like exactly what you're describing is the pieces that he was like showing off. Like,
Woo!
yeah, it's beautiful stuff. So Wilson Smith, Wilson, if
Shout
you're
out to
watching,
Wilson, man. Much love. I mean, you guys changed the face. I mean, speaking from an island kid in terms of the influence on
Yes.
creativity, on being able to think outside the box and color palettes. Like that was,
Right.
Exactly.
I was going, whoa, 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 this is different. And I wanted to be a part. I wanted to feel like I belong. So if I had a piece of that sneaker, you know, that's where I was like, okay. In addition
So
to
Yeah.
playing, I gotta look cool.
so were you fortunate enough to continue after the 11?
Well,
Were you fortunate enough to continue to get some new Agassis, you know?
well, I'll say this. I was fortunate enough to continue, but not on a consistent basis because of, economics, etc. But
Yep.
I did know that when we start, so I started on my journey to represent the island, traveling, playing tournaments. And
Cool.
then as we travel, I'm going, wait, we in Puerto Rico? Let me go, because now I'm in Miami playing tournaments. So I made it a point, like, yo, we got to go check out,
Check
hit
out
the
the sneaker
mall,
spots.
and make
Yeah.
sure that I save my per diem, not for food, but I'm trying to get sneakers.
So
Yeah.
you using your per diem on kicks instead of
Yeah.
food.
Yeah, Dad's like, you got 120 in travelers checks. If you know from back in the day, you got to move with travelers checks, and they give you
Yeah.
travelers checks. I'm going back now, and Dad'll be like, yo, 120 you got a week. I'm like, okay, I could just drink some water. Tournament got food. I'm gonna make sure I gave me some
Yeah.
Nikes at the end of the day.
Yeah. Yeah.
Love
Yeah,
that.
yeah, man. It was really, and also I got to the point where I was sort of semi obsessed. I started drawing. I started
Okay.
sketching these shoes as an artist and sit around like, yo, man, because they were just so well designed.
Yeah.
In terms of when you think construction, layout.
Right.
So I'm sitting, supposed to be doing work. I'm sitting in the career, I'm sketching and doing shoes. The teachers are like, Rich, anything else you want to draw other than shoes? I'm like, well, no. Look, I'm gonna show you guys. I was so into it to the point where I was like, man,
Let's see it. Let's see it. Let's see some sketches.
I I said I sat there doing all this stuff.
Wow. That's great, man.
Woo!
That was the Air Trainers, and this
Show
is
it
the
again.
sketch.
Show it again.
The Air Trainer Lows,
Ooh!
'94.
Come on now.
That's some great art, man. That's
That's
like
great
really,
art.
yeah, very clean. Very, very awesome, man. Love
Thank
it.
you, man. That was with a marker. I did.
Yeah.
We have markers back home, and this is
Let me see the
this.
Hirachis. Wow. Yo, Bobby, look at
That's
that.
nice. That's a
Look
great.
at that.
That's a great piece, man.
That's a
And
great piece.
I can
So
see you putting that in a digital form and selling that as like individual prints.
Word.
so I'm gonna just keep it. I'm gonna just keep it real.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So so that's what was preoccupying my mind as a kid. Now I'm 14. I got these in Miami at a tournament. I'm like, they did not have the gray in the front though. I
Yeah, it's
remember
white.
it was all white.
Yeah, OG.
OG was all white, but those are the retros. But I sat there and sketched that, and I'll never forget. I'm like, one of these days, I'm going to,
Oh, that's man.
manifesting.
Yeah. Exactly right. Yeah. Exactly right.
You
Wow.
Yeah,
definitely
man. So
manifested. What did you get any pieces? Were you fortunate enough to get like Agassi pieces, Nike Air Tech Challenge pieces?
I had a couple. My brother had some really cool stuff. I think I had the purple, just one shirt because remember those shirts were pricey.
Yeah.
So the shirt and the pants to match could run you over 100 US, which is over 200 Barbados, which is like a no. But I had one or two pieces, which it's hard. You matching the Nike shirt with a little purple pants that still got my
Yeah.
name. I'm like, I don't have
Yeah.
the full kit, but I got 50% of it. I'm still cool.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
But I have a question for you because
Sure.
my first tennis shoe ever wasn't a Nike, and I still love this shoe to today. It was a Rod Laver, man. I love the Rod Lavers,
Oh,
man.
oh,
The Adidas
Oh
Rod Lavers,
yeah.
oh, come
man.
on. Wait. Come on, fellas. You already we going to the point where that
I
we going
love
to the
Rod
point.
Lavers. Yes,
Yeah.
sir. What does that
My
Great.
say?
favorite joints.
What's
These are
That's a cool
these
color. I like
are
that
my
color.
favorite. These are one of my favorite silhouettes ever.
yeah? Those are classic, man.
And
Classic
this,
Rod Lavers.
I got them in three colors because I love them that much. So it's
Those
got
are awesome.
that's the tangerine, and this is the classic. You get all these.
That's
You got
that's the one. That's the one.
Rob,
Woo!
you can't go wrong with these. And
Yeah,
then,
you know
and
what,
then,
man? I gotta give him. I haven't had Rod Lavish for years, man. I gotta give Rod some pair of
I
Rod
you know
know.
Lavish,
what?
Yeah,
man.
yeah, yeah.
So
You
light,
can live that.
so clean. You could rock that with a suit and turn the room up. You could rock that with jeans. You could rock it with shorts. You can even rock it with some tennis shorts, you know?
Word.
And they came out with the blue, the
Ooh,
royal,
that's
Yeah, the
nice blue.
blue is tough.
Wow,
Yeah,
I've never seen that blue.
with
I
a
never
little
even seen that
off-white on the
tangerine one.
sole.
Wow.
Crazy.
that's fire.
Yeah, man. So
That
this
that
is
that 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 suede front, that ballistic mesh. I mean, come on, forever classic, forever classic.
insane. Classic
Sta-
and just simple. The simple and just understated stuff. You
Yep.
know,
You like Stan Smiths as well? You like Stan Smiths?
I great question. I love Stan Smith. I think they're dope, and I've actually had the privilege and the honor of meeting Stan at the U.S. Open. And
Wow.
yeah,
Wow.
I met him in person. You know, legendary not only on the court, off the court, and that's where we talk about transcending the game.
Right.
Cool.
The guy's
Cool.
bigger than the sport in terms of this is the fashion, this is moving the culture. So yeah, I love the simplicity of the silhouette. You know, I just have the original one. In terms of me personally, I lean towards the Lavers. You
Yeah,
Yeah.
know,
man.
I lean towards the Lavers, so that's why I'm just like, ooh, gotta keep them close.
I love those. I love
Yeah.
those.
Yeah,
Man,
yes
that's an
indeed.
awesome. I love those shoes. I've never seen those two colors. The blue ones and the tangerines are totally new.
Yeah.
I've never seen
Listen,
them.
Bobby, I saw the tangerine. I love that color tangerine. By the way, just
Yeah.
it just speaks to me. I did a few paintings in that, and I was like searching, and I found in Paris a Paris store had it. Man, I don't know if it was a limited run for Europe
It
only,
had to be limited. Never saw those. Had to
and
be.
I was like, I gotta get these. Like I emailed the dude. I was last size in 10, and I was like, I had those for a while, so I keep them. I keep them real nice.
Fresh.
Yeah. Those are
Fresh.
awesome.
If you just hold the side profile right now, right, and I'm gonna mess your head up, Bobby. You know who mimicked that silhouette? Who mimicked that silhouette? This is in 2005, six. Who mimicked that?
5 and 6. Man, you're throwing me off.
Reebok. Reebok
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yep.
That's
G Unit.
Yep.
GU.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
The S
Yep.
Carters.
Absolutely.
S
Yep.
Carter was more Gucci. S Carter was more original Gucci's. But the G Units look just like the Rod Lavers, man.
Yep. With the piece in the front. Yep.
Yep.
Okay.
They ain't slick. They
That's a
ain't
good point.
slick.
Yeah. That's my in terms of what I my go to as opposed to when I want to just keep it simple. I'm a laver guy, but I
Right.
love
Nice.
Stan Smith the same way. Good vibes.
We have a question. We have a question. Sabby Auto, what's going on, brother? What's going on? He says, what are your top five Agassi shoes in your collection currently?
Currently, okay. Top five would have to be the AirTech threes
Yep.
in the vault. I would have the
Of course.
twos.
Yes.
You gotta
Of,
have
Super
with the
of
comfortable.
course.
lava standard. You gotta have. That's
Yes.
Super
two.
comfortable. Super
Yes.
comfortable.
Yes.
We're gonna have to go with these joints that just dropped.
Ooh, yeah.
Yes.
The clay
Yes.
blue.
Clay
Yeah,
Blue is tough.
tough,
Clay
tough
Blue's
stuff.
tough.
I gotta go to my original. The first thing that got me in love with
That's
sneakers.
right.
Right.
That's right.
Right.
That's four.
That's four. You got one more?
Oh yeah, we getting there. You know which one I'm pulling for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Huaraches, yeah.
Yeah.
Harachi, look at that. Look at that.
Yeah.
Look at that insole.
That was so
Look at the
revolutionary,
patterns.
man. Yep.
What'd you say,
So
Bobby? I'm sorry.
revolutionary, that
Even in the
design.
back, you see that?
Yeah.
All that little that spoke to me. I was like, is that an African print? That's so like delicate. That's dope. So I'm sitting there trying to hash all that out.
Right.
Did you get the
Yeah, man,
racer
that's a great
pink?
question.
Did you get the racer pink colorway of the Tech Challenge?
No, I saw it. I did not get the Racer Pink. I didn't.
Man,
You
they look
know,
good, man. They look good.
they
That's
look
that's what
really.
I have. Yeah, they look
Yeah,
good on in person, man. Super comfortable shoes. Great, great shoe.
the
That's
blue.
a
I
great
loved
question.
the blue in the stone because I figured like with denim, and
Yeah.
also with a lot of the vibe colors, it could that neon and that orange, it could do something.
Yeah. They also coming out with the Pixies, the pixelated ones, right? They
Oh yeah,
Right.
retroed in 20 they read the last retro of those was like 2014, but they're coming back out, man. That's gonna be a big hit. That's gonna be a big hit.
Ooh, I'm gonna have to make sure I budget for that.
Yeah. So we have your top fives, right? Tennis. Do you ever play tennis in basketball sneakers?
You know what? I do not play tennis and
Yeah.
basketball sneakers. I don't at all, just because the comfortability, and the structure of the tennis shoes are a little bit different. But I try to keep my and actually most of these, like the lavers, I would never play in them. That's my lifestyle to go to.
Right,
So when it
right.
comes to playing and really hitting the ball and moving, my go-to shoes are Diadora.
Ooh, okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
Let's check
okay.
them out.
So right now on the court, I'll rock something like this.
Ooh,
Italian Diadora,
Oh,
that's sleek.
real solid on the bottom, like the back, because tennis is a lot of forward, back, side to side. So you need that stability in the heel.
Love
right.
it.
But it's light like a running shoe, and breathable. So I'm a Diadora guy when it comes to on court and competing, and not competing anymore, but you know what I mean, playing,
Yeah,
playing
yeah,
and
yeah.
really moving around. Love
Hey, what did you?
Diadoras.
Well, quick question. So I'm looking at that shoe in that shape. It reminds me of a lot because I'm not too familiar with like the recent tennis shoes, but that reminds me of that Jordan. That it was that crossover that they made.
Oh,
They made. You know
okay.
which one I'm talking about, right?
I know exactly.
I'm
You're
forgetting
talking
the
about the
name. I'm
Nike
sorry.
Court Air Zoom Air Jordan 3. Is that
That's
one?
right. Yeah,
Was it
it's
was it was it Roger Federer collab?
that's it. That's it. That's it.
The
Look, I
Federer
love that
collab.
shoe.
Yeah.
That is a
This
nice
shoe
shoe.
right here
Beautiful
is a
shoe.
shoe that, oh my goodness, I love this shoe. Everything about this shoe.
This is awesome. Yeah.
The design,
Yeah. What
Yes.
a
the
homage,
design is
Bobby.
crazy.
I know. Perfect. And they added the Nike Air in the back too. That's awesome.
Yeah. The
I love.
the
Look at this part right here in the front. Just that
Yeah.
trim, that little trim,
yeah.
and how they got the lines going up. It was
Yeah.
and the little
Wasn't
dots.
now isn't that because I remember the cement the white and cement with red, it had the RF logo in the back, didn't it, for Roger Federer? Or am I
Um,
going crazy or no?
I don't think they did.
Yeah, it was
There's
on the
only.
Okay.
tongue. It was on the
On the
tongue, right?
You know
tongue.
what? Yeah, in the town, this one's got the Jordan logo.
Right. But
Yeah.
the other one had it on the tongue, right? I
On the
believe.
I
Yeah.
don't.
tongue.
Yeah, but that's a good point. I don't know if that's a trademark thing. With the whole Roger
Right.
and
That's true. That's true.
I don't
Yeah.
know. Okay.
Roger's logo. I believe.
Right.
I'm not 100
You
percent
know what was
sure.
dope? It was that silhouette. It's a Nike court shoe, but they actually made a blue foam posit. Did you know what
That's
I'm
right.
talking about?
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yes.
yeah. I saw that.
Yes.
Yeah,
The
it
blue
was like
foam.
all neon.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
then what's the guy's name that curses a lot? He's from Australia.
Australia?
you mean Nick Kyrgios? No.
Is he from Australia? What is
Yeah,
he?
Nick's from Australia. Yeah.
Right. So he did a collaboration with Kyrie Irving. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I didn't see the shoe though. I heard about it.
He did a collaboration with the Kyrie twos or the Kyrie threes. And it looked like a Kyrie Irving when he was with Nike, but it was a tennis shoe. That was real dope. That was real
Oh wow.
dope. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man. I mean, again, tennis has its stamp in popular culture,
You're
you
right.
know, in terms of just people going, whoa. I mean, I see people out in like Stan Smiths and they never even hit a ball. Why? Because the shoes are cool.
Yeah, they
It's
love
that cool
Yeah.
factor. And that cool factor now is what Vibe is about. We were like, okay, we're into this tennis space. We got to make it cool. We got to make people go, oh wow, I love tennis, but I never really tried. I watch it and Vibe. We're the connector to the community. Like, yo, come in. We're gonna bring you in through music. We're gonna bring you in through art. We're gonna bring you in through fashion. We're gonna bring you in through culture.
Yes. I
Boom.
love that because it's all about creativity. It's all about creativity and it's all about
Right.
sharing and inspiring others to be creative too. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
Exactly.
I love the idea of you introducing what you love and you're translating everything, your music, your art, your experience in tennis, and all the things that you've witnessed as a kid and the things that inspired you into this brand. Am I
Yep.
right?
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. And guys, if I could take it back to my youth, growing up in Barbados, and I grew up. I want to speak on this for just a second because this is important in
Yeah, of
context.
course.
I grew up with my mother's a classically trained violinist and pianist, so
Wow.
I'm growing up in a household with my dad sang in church, mom's in the choir. So in addition to sport, I'm doing music, and mom is sending me to art lessons, and I'm out doing watercolor at like 9 years old and charcoal sketches. So I'm going, every kid must be like this. This is normal, you know? And
Yeah.
it's not until later in life I'm realizing that, wow, she really was exposing all of her children to the arts early o'clock. So I always tell people the foundation of vibe of who I am is on the creative side.
Yeah.
I happened to get into athletics and have a little bit of ability there, which was my opportunity to leave the island. But the creativity was there from young. We're doing poetry. So shout out, my dad's no longer here, but he was a big stickler of developing your talents and your skills and what you're good at and staying creative and trusting in that energy, that divine, because the ideas are coming from somewhere, right?
Right.
Not my
Right.
Love,
idea.
100%.
Not my idea. So my dad, Colin Henry, the great legend, and mom, who's still with us, she's on the rock, Suzanne Henry, for in helping us as children, my brothers and sisters, and continuing to nurture that talent. Because one thing to have the ability and recognize, hey, you got talent, but you got to spend time. Mama's like, you got to practice. Mama's like, okay, you gotta spend some
Yeah.
time understanding of how colors and shade. Well, you're not spending enough time. It's not good
Right.
enough. So having that upbringing really helped me to be able to now transition and say, okay, I want to do vibe, and I'm going to push all these things into vibe, and architectural design. All this background is going into what we do.
that's
I
awesome,
love
man. Love
that.
that story.
I
Love that
love
story,
that.
man.
Thank you,
And
man.
congratulations. Congratulations, by the way, to really,
100%.
put yourself out there, create a brand, and and sticking to it, because it's not easy. Really, it's an uphill battle, but if you believe in it, man, like it's gonna be worth it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm glad that
Word.
it sounds like you have a lot of support around you too. A lot of, your family, your mom's still around, which is awesome. Your dad
Yeah, the
is,
support.
your memory.
Absolutely. Thank you. Thank you. The support, the Vibe community, we got a lot of people that tap in and check in, from as far as Dallas, all the way to LA. And, it's part of the whole community that we're trying to tap into and get people together. And it's not about oh, wow, where did you play? Played at Stanford. Like, no. Oh, you like tennis? Come on in. Let's have fun. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Oh, you like music? Oh, we're gonna have a tennis event with house music. So that's what it's about.
Oh,
Making
that's
fun.
fly. That's
You know what I
Yeah.
fly.
mean?
That's
Listen,
awesome.
listen. We're on the topic of vibe, but we haven't seen the pieces. We haven't seen the logo. Share some pieces with us, man. We would love for everyone to see
Oh my
some
God.
vibe artifacts, some clothing.
Oh my God. Oh, I got on one piece right here.
Yep.
This is this is the logo. It's just a nice little Mariner top, with a little
Yeah, I
That's
subtle,
like that.
fly. That's
Classic.
fly.
a la Comme des Garçons. I
Yeah.
like that when I'm going out, simple
Yep.
and clean.
Yep.
Let me see. There's a piece that I have to share with you guys while we on the topic of shoes, right?
Yep.
Yep.
So shout out to Ron Donovan in 2022. I did a collaboration with a very good friend and an amazing designer, shoe designer out of Harlem named Ron Donovan. And we came up with this idea to create like a vibe trainer sneaker, fashion
Oh.
sneaker to rock with like your suit and, turn up and look fly. And it
Ooh.
is the joint.
Oh, with the headphones. Oh, that's
Wow.
clean.
I like that.
Oh yeah,
Very,
that's
very
fly. I would rock that. I rock that with a suit, with a nice linen
clean.
suit.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
Italian made, man, soft and quiet.
Wow.
So we
Let me
did
see the
that, and
logo again. Let me see the logo again.
we put the logo on the heel in the back.
Yeah, with the headphones. That's awesome, man. I love
That's
that. Yeah,
fly.
that's cool.
Yeah, man.
Very
So
clean.
shout out to Ron. Thank you. I remember when we did a limited run, and this I was looking for one pair today to show because I was like, wait, I don't have any more of these
Oh,
joints.
wow.
So we're gonna do a few more because by popular demand. I mean, they were retailing, for retail for like $3.99, but we were moving them, because
Very
well
clean.
made. You know,
Yes.
I had a lady reach out to me. She said, my husband, he's got the Stan Smith, but I want to get something different for him. Do you have any shoes? And I was like, actually, I
Actually,
do. And then she goes, he wears a size 13. I'm like, I got you. And I had 113 left. I got it to her. They reached out to me and they were like forever thanking me. Oh my God, my husband wears that all the time. So you never know,
Wow.
man. You never know.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
That's a
cool.
clean
That's a
shoe.
great
Can
story.
I see
Yeah,
it
just
again real
something
quick?
like a limited. Sorry.
Yeah, I wanted to see it again. I like how clean
Sure.
that is. I like that.
Very
Yeah, it's
That's
very
fly.
really
clean.
cool.
Very clean. We just got the holes up for the lace, the Vibe tennis in text on the town.
On the tongue there. Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah,
I like that. That's cool.
just in there if you could see it. And then
Yeah,
just real clean, wax laces,
Wax laces. I like that.
yeah,
stitching, heavy stitching on the back, embroidered right into the shoe.
yeah. That looks good. That looks
Is it?
good.
So when I'm looking at this shoe, I'm thinking tennis brought in the clean white shoes. In my opinion, did that sport introduce that style? Maybe I'm wrong because I think of K Swiss. I think of like the all white tennis shoe type of style and very sleek. I mean that's what comes into mind. Am I
You
wrong?
know what? I would
Good
have to
point.
do a deep dive, but I would imagine tennis. Yes, it would have started probably with tennis first. In terms of that all white, low cut, really minimal, simple
Right,
sneaker. Playing because remember they started on grass. We're playing in Wimbledon, and it was
right,
all white. The ball was even white up until you know.
Oh wow.
Yeah, the ball was white, and then they transitioned to color TV, and then they were
Oh,
like,
that's
wait,
right.
it's
You
going to be
can't see
hard
it.
on black and white.
Yeah,
right,
yeah.
So they cut. Great idea. I forgot the name of the gentleman, but his idea was, we need to make this ball a colored ball so people could follow the rallies.
right,
Isn't that
No,
isn't
that's a
that
good
right,
point.
groundbreaking?
Yeah, that's great. That's a
right.
great point. And
And
That's a
speaking
good
of that,
point.
that neon ball is
yes,
iconic now. I mean,
Hundred
yes.
percent.
And speaking of that color and that texture, what do you think? Did you get it? Were you around the Reebok tennis pumps? Did you? What are your
okay,
thoughts on that? Like, what did you see?
great. All right, so I got a Reebok pump story.
Yeah.
I don't have a pair to show, but I remember when they came out. And shout out to
Yeah,
a guy named Dwayne Williams, one of Barbados' best tennis players. He had him first. Now, I remember in Barbados going back, the Reebok pumps when they hit the island because of the duties. It was crazy expensive to be able to buy that. I mean, upwards of like 400 or 500 Barbados in those days. And I distinctly remember a place called Foot Locker in Barbados. People hanging out because if you got the shoe duty free, right, it's going to cost you pretty much half. So let's say easy mathematics, shoes 300.
okay.
The duty free price will be 150. So if you had your passport and you're showing, I'm leaving the island, they'll let you get it for duty free. So dudes will be outside on Broad Street like, yo, man, can you get that for me duty free? So
Oh
I
wow.
remember being,
Wow.
and I
Wow, that
remember
was
being on Broad Street and dudes trying to get the pump. But back to Dwayne. Dwayne Williams had the Reebok pump, and I remember you could just press the tongue and pump it up, and then you hit the other button, and it just releases the air. I thought it was a really dope silhouette.
because they made a
It didn't
tennis.
speak to me as
They
much
made
as the
a tennis route.
Agassiz.
Yeah,
Right.
Sorry,
yeah. And the person that represented that tennis shoe, I think it was called the
Michael
Reebok
Chang.
Pump. Michael
Michael,
Chang. The Michael the it was it called a court victory?
I think it was Court Victory, and it was Michael Chang who
Michael
won the French
Chang.
Open.
That's right.
And Bobby, to your point, I love the pump because it represented the sport. So that pump was that tennis ball, that
Yeah,
neon
it's
tennis
such a
Yeah,
cool,
ball.
it's such a
yeah.
cool design too. I love that. Yeah.
Very, very cool design. I think it had a little bit of teal in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On
Very,
that.
very cool design. And again, I wanted one, but I was like, in those days, if you got one shot, I'm
Yep.
Yeah.
gonna lean to the
You want to
Nike
go with
Air Tech
Agassi. You want to go with Nike. Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
because that is not buying a Reebok pump and a Nike Air Tech. It ain't happening.
It ain't
Yeah.
happening. Who's your
Wow.
who's your favorite players? Like, well, first of all, let me ask, who's your top five tennis players of all time?
Woo! We're gonna go there. Okay.
I'm curious.
Wow.
I'm personally curious.
Wow. Woo. Okay. I'm going with Roger Federer. That's my Roger
Ooh.
Federer is all time for me.
Yep.
Okay.
The top
Oh,
guy.
wait,
And
he's number one for you?
he is number one for me.
Okay.
Okay.
Federer is my number one. At number two, I'm gonna have to go with Agassi because as a kid, I was obsessed. I'm like, yo, I know I'm a brother, but I ain't got no. I'm just like feeling like I'm a little Agassi.
Yeah. Yeah.
But iconic on and off the court.
Yeah.
Right.
Talented, takes the ball on the rise, clean ball striking. When I witnessed Agassi for the first time, I'll never forget. I think it was in Houston
Oh wow.
at the Masters event. He was hitting. Coach Darren Kill was there. I'm just watching him. Everything is clean. What the way he hits the ball in terms of
Yeah.
sound, sonically, and I mean, I'm an artist, I'm a musician, so it's no frame and pop, clean, just ball striking pure, and looks good and flair. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm putting Agassi at 2. Woo!
Okay.
This is a hard one. Um, I'm just speaking on terms of influence.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm gonna push in there a guy named Ronald Agenor.
Oh,
Okay,
okay.
he was 22 in the world. Look him up, from Haiti.
Currently.
No, he's not. He's not current playing. Former player. Former player. But I have him in my top 5 just because of the influence he had on us young brothers in the Caribbean.
Ah.
Because he was one of the first to be out there. Or we like, oh wait, you read the magazine. Ronald Agenor, Haiti, closest thing to where we are. We're going.
Wow.
That's
Cool.
one of us.
Ah,
That's
yeah, that
that's a
makes
brethren.
sense.
So
Yeah.
Ronald Agenor is my 3.
Okay.
Okay. Um. All right, we're coming down the list. I love the great Boris Becker.
Boris
I,
Becker.
Boris Becker, in terms of tenacity, diving all over the court,
Yep.
going hard in the paint. When you talk about coming off the court with bruises, Boris will do what it takes to get it done. And I know I'm going to get flack for this, but Pete Sampras comes in at 5. Pete's Pistol Pete at 5 for me.
Yeah. He's
Why
good.
Pete don't get no love? I feel like he
That's
don't get no
true.
love.
He's
No,
silent,
Pete.
and he's always been quiet. He's always been kind of like
Yeah.
yeah.
No. Pete, listen, Pete, amazing. Before
Yeah.
Federer, Pete was the closer. He was that guy.
Yeah.
But when we talk, just in terms of me, what resonated with me as a player, as a youngster coming up, and I go, ooh, yeah, I can.
Yeah.
Those are the guys that are in my rotation. Even
Yeah.
right now, let's say they were on Instagram, I'm gonna have them on my feed. Like, yo, what are they doing now?
Yeah.
But those are the
Wow.
guys I really paid attention to.
Great
That's
question,
dope.
man. Great answer
That's
too. I
dope.
love that. Yeah.
Yeah,
Man.
man. Ooh.
Bobby, we can go on with these top 5. So I got
Oh,
10 top 5s in my head right now. Bobby, you got any top
hey,
5 you're
hold
curious
on.
of?
One second, fellas. Can I
Okay.
say something?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
So I know we talk about shoes, and we got to give Pete his flowers now.
Right.
Do you guys remember Pete had a shoe? I had this shoe when I came to the U.S. when I started coaching in the summertime. I never forget. I went over to Foot Locker in a place called Eastchester, and I got the Air Oscillates. Remember
Oh,
these?
yeah. I remember those. Yes.
Clean.
Bobby, you remember those, Bobby, don't you?
No, that's awesome, man. I'm
Oh,
looking at the
yeah.
ear logo on the tongue. That
Oh,
is just
yeah.
recognizable.
I
This was
remember
Pete. This was
those.
Pete Sampras to go-to shoe.
Yes.
Low cut, simple, but it's just elegant looking shoe. I mean, look
Yeah.
at that.
I
That's a
remember
nice
that.
piece. That is a
I
nice
remember
shoe.
that. Zoom
Clean.
Air.
I
Yep.
mean, it's hard pressed to find one of these days. I got this years ago, and I'm like, you know what? You're gonna get one wear every 7 months.
Right.
Wow. What year is that? That's like what, 98, 97?
Yeah. And then they did another one. I believe it. Oh, 06, I think, somewhere around there.
I remember
2000. They came out
those.
again,
I remember those.
and it has like a little. Look at the bottom, a little
Look at that
hexa-like
carbon
looking
fiber.
carbon fiber.
Love that.
Yeah.
Yeah, love
Yeah,
that.
I remember those.
What's
Yeah,
cool, what
man.
I
So Pete
personally like,
Sampras.
no,
Pardon?
what I personally like about tennis shoes growing up, this was like 90, 97, 98. I was noticing Agassi's gear, or the Nike Dry Fit tennis gear, I should say.
Yeah.
But it was more towards like, Agassi, because he was spearheading a lot of that Dry Fit stuff, right? It was so silky, it was so soft on you, man, and the colors are so vibrant. And I used
Mm.
to cross over. I used to cross over tennis gear and basketball shorts at school, and kids are like, "What are you wearing?" I'm like, "I was wearing. I still have that shirt actually in my collection, but it was a polo tennis shirt with basketball shorts. But the gear, man, back then was so like. I mean, even today too. But it's so beautiful, man. Like it's so
Right.
it sticks with you,
Yeah,
And
no,
that's one thing I love about tennis.
you're 100% right. The material, the moisture wicking material that they use, the fabrics,
Yeah,
insane, amazing, and also light. Because I remember when Nike came in the game, I remember everything just being much lighter than some of the other shirts, heavy cotton, because we're playing in cotton.
exactly
We're in
right.
the West Indies, and if you guys know, the humidity
Humidity.
is up there. So you play one match and soaking wet,
Yes, right.
like, and it's heavy because when you're carrying the extra weight, I mean, you're moving around, so a little extra
Right.
weight you got to get. So once we got into the dry fit, man, and
Forget about it.
again,
Game
it was
changer.
like game changer, game changer. You're lucky to have a shirt or two because again, you're not really finding it much on the
Right.
island. You're lucky if you go out. And shout out to Mr. Gibbs. He's no longer here. Man, gentleman by the name of Mr. Laurent Gibbs, a Barbadian businessman who was the father of my good friend Matthew, Chris and Nicholas. But Matthew and I were pretty close. But Mr. Gibbs was part of the association, and he had some business that came from Miami. And I never forget, he would always call my dad and be like, "Hey, the boys need anything?" Because he was able to bring stuff in. So
Yes.
Ah.
yeah, man, and he would call dad, and next thing you know, like dad will hold the shoe because I know shoe came and I did something wrong.
Yeah.
So it's like in the closet. And I'm like, oh, and Mr. Gibbs would bring it like he brought in a pair of Air Flares for me. Like I was like, wow, great for
Wow.
my dad.
Wow.
I
Love
remember
that.
that
Yeah.
distinctly. Air Flare and a couple of shorts. And he'd just be like, Mr. Henry, don't worry about it. I'm like, he's like,
Wow.
yeah. So I don't forget that. You know what I
What a
mean?
story,
I
man.
don't
What
forget
a
that.
story.
I don't
Man,
forget
you
that.
have some really cool people around you. Really, really supportive people, man. That are really,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
community. That's community. When you're, I've noticed too, like, when you're coming from a smaller island or a smaller city or, or a close family, you have that, generosity, around you, and
Yeah.
it's very
Good point.
comforting. It's very comforting, and it gives you that support of wanting to give back as you're getting older, to do that. So that's awesome. I'm glad you
Oh
have that.
man. I'm going to segue into this next section, and that's absolutely right. As there's another leg to Vibe, is that reaching back, that component. I just sponsored a tournament in Barbados, which was a joy to me. They reached out to me that, hey, would Vibe be interested in sponsoring a tournament that we're doing on the island? And
Wow.
I'm going,
What a
tell me,
blessing.
yeah,
What?
how can I get involved? What do you need? And it was just a joy to see all those kids run around with that Vibe logo, and
I
and to
love that.
remember where it started for me, in my
Yeah.
journey, because tennis has opened up a myriad of doors around the universe, but it all started with Barbados.
Yeah.
Right. That's your
That
root.
was where the inspiration came. I was going down to the Hilton every Saturday morning. Then it was inter school. We had school tennis. So we play against your school, and that was a whole vibe because you can get out of school early. I
Yeah.
was like, wait, I'm
Right.
on the tennis team now. I don't have to do that test. Oh, okay, Richard. Okay, tomorrow you're gonna have to do it.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
it was a community of fellas that I never forget, man. It was a beautiful thing. So as I travel, being around the world, now I'm going, okay, Vibe, we're gonna give back. What does a Vibe tournament look like? Can we get the kids more kids with rackets in their hands? Because you have to think beyond the shores. You can do things.
Yeah.
100%. What's
That's
your
awesome, man.
what's your what's your overall goal with Vibe Tennis? Like, do you have like overall, what do you envision? What do you want to
Whew.
manifest to continue your Vibe Tennis legacy?
Wow. I love that question. It's a great question. My vision for Vibe is to have this brand that transcends the sport of tennis, okay? That brings people together through tennis, through art, through music, through culture, and it brings them together in a way where they can continue to be inspired to do something that they might not necessarily think that they have an ability in.
Love
Yeah.
that.
Or, and in addition to that, I want people to be able to say, hey, whenever I go to a Vibe Tennis event or a Vibe Tennis, I have a Vibe Tennis experience, I come back with something.
Yeah.
Right.
I
Right.
come
Well,
back feeling more fit, energized, inspired to write a song, inspired to create an art piece, that inspired to do something that was sitting on my computer because I'm a living testament to it. I came to this country to study architectural design, and I'm teaching tennis and running music, and you know what I mean. It's all there for the taking.
Right.
Love that.
I like it, man. You're
Love
like you
that.
want to be that catalyst. You want to spark that interest in
Yeah.
others, through vibe. So that's awesome. I mean, the name says it all. You want to create that vibe for everyone else too. That's nice.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely,
Yeah.
fellas. Like what you guys are doing. You guys are inspiring others. When I saw what you're doing, I'm going, whoa. I'm liking all these posts because
Thank you.
it's taking me back to my childhood of dreaming. Like, yo, man, I can't have the sneaker, but I could draw it. Put
Yeah,
it on my wall.
yeah,
Right.
yeah. That's cool.
I can't
Yeah.
have it yet, but I'm gonna sketch it, and I'm gonna carve it out on my school desk. Sorry, teachers, but yeah, it was like that was how it was for me in terms of how can I be a part of this. That's the bigger picture. This creativity and what Nike was doing was groundbreaking. And Pete Sampras and Agassi pull up in New York City and get out the car and start playing in the middle of the road. I'm going,
Yeah, that's
Iconic
awesome.
commercial.
I'm
Yeah,
going, whoa, this
yeah.
is not no regular.
And it inspires you. It inspires you. You want to go now and play. And yeah,
Yeah, I want to go and play, and then I want to go. You know what? If I ever get a brand, I used to say this to myself. If I ever get a brand, I'm gonna do. If I ever get a brand, I'm gonna bring a drummer on the court. Like those were things that were rolling my head on the train, and obviously you need the
Yeah.
resources to pull it off.
cool.
But it was always like,
Yeah.
so now I feel with Vibe that I have the freedom and the ability to do, to express.
Awesome. Love
Right.
it.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, man, this is
I
awesome.
amazing. I know we have Bobby. You have a solid 10 minutes. We're entering that hour. I'm
Yep.
curious about something from you.
Woo!
We haven't talked about Serena. We haven't talked
Legend.
about the women's side. So Serena, Nike tried to do some serious. I know she started off with Puma, your brand, Bobby, and then she transitioned into Nike. And I know she's not, playing anymore. How was Serena impact, especially what Nike did
Woo!
for tennis?
Tremendous impact. Tremendous impact. Serena's, first of all, let's talk about briefly everything everybody knows the story, but the
Venus,
origins of where she came from.
Right.
Compton.
Okay? And the time period in which she and Venus came up and Richard. So we
Yeah,
start there because
yeah. Good point.
because in those days or in general they go, it ain't happening for you. Sorry. So to be able to overcome all that they overcame and to be able to rise above it and become the GOAT, arguably 24 million. I mean, it's a big deal. But then let's flip it to the fashion. Coming out in the cat suit, pushing the envelope.
Woo! Nike was going crazy for a couple of years with her fits. I was like, damn.
Yeah. So you talking about really influential, groundbreaking. People can say
Right.
Yep.
whatever they want. You know, as you guys know, when you create art, you're going to be open to all kinds of criticism. Some are going to like it, some don't like it. That's the whole point.
Right.
Right? That's the purpose, is to evoke thought.
Exactly.
Right.
The way it
Right.
Great.
goes. Right? And have an opinion. I like that. I don't like that. I don't like that color. Why did she do that? Serena, thank you. Right up there with Agassi, right up there with Bo, with Michael in terms of changing the way we look at sport. Not just on the court, on the field. These guys are off the court doing big deals.
Yeah,
Why do major
Right.
why do major brands want to tap in? There's a reason.
for sure.
Right.
So yeah, so Serena, amazing. A lot of great shoes came from her way. Good
And
colorway.
Yeah.
one thing I want to add to that is Aaron Cooper. Shout out to him. He's been very instrumental with Serena Williams, working with her in his
Right.
days in Nike. He had a great story about the things that he learned from her and the impact that she brought to the game too. So what you're saying is exactly what he saw in her, and it resonated to everyone. The fans and the brands that
Yeah.
she's been a part of. So it's very, very good stuff, man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's for me. When I look back in the time period of the '90s, which I really think was a special time, not just in sport, in music, you know, hip hop culture, dance hall culture. There were a lot of things emerging, and because there was no internet or there was no way to know what John is doing over yonder, there was a lot of originality and people going, man, I don't know what you're doing over there, but this is who I am. This is my
That's
voice,
true.
my tone.
That's true.
This is my sketch. Now we
Yeah,
have everything sort of available at our fingertips.
that's true.
Right.
And back in those days, man, when they come with it, and when somebody says, "Hey, you got something," they're coming very strong.
Right.
You blow your mind, seriously, man. It's crazy. That's a great point, man. Like back in the day, when you brought out something to the masses and it reached the masses through maybe a magazine or a TV commercial, because that's basically how we got our
Yeah,
information. It like blew
Right.
our heads,
yeah,
and it was so special. And the only time you actually got to see this new idea or thing was when the commercial came on or when the new magazine is on the shelves.
yeah.
So I mean, right now everything's so accessible, like you said. It can
Right.
lose its luster because of that. You know what I'm saying? Because it's so
Right.
like it's in your face. It's a
It
swipe culture, right?
correct. And I do think that you sometimes you have to, as a creative, and I know you guys know this. Sometimes you have to shut
Right.
that off, and go deep within. And because we all are influenced. I walk out the street, I'm influenced by people, by language, by conversations, by visuals. So it's hard to say, oh, maybe I borrow from it. But I think sometimes when you just close off and you're like, okay, how can I make this very, unique to me, a
Right.
personal thing, which
You go
we
inside,
all
man.
have our own vibration. You know what I mean?
Right. Right.
No,
Yeah.
great
Right.
point, man. Great points. Love that,
Yeah,
man.
man.
It's
You
Good
guys
stuff.
got me. You guys got
No,
me going.
no, this is great, man.
listen.
Yep.
Listen, and what Bobby and I are trying to do, and one of our goals is evoke, go back into your childhood, go back into your roots, go back to those feel good moments in your life, and just radiate and evoke positive energy,
Yeah,
right? Positive energy to the
and it
world,
did.
right?
It did.
Right? Right? And that's what I feel the connection I feel with you is you're doing the same, right? And, if I can count back, Rich, how many times you smiled during this live, going down memory lane, that's Kickstory. That's the emotion we want. Feel good as humans. Feel
Listen,
good.
man.
You know what I
Listen.
mean?
I tell you, because again, it takes me back to that period in my life where things were wonderful. I mean, growing up
Right.
in an island, there's beach, there's tennis, there's art. What is there not to love? You know,
Right.
so you're being inspired every day, and you're just looking for an opportunity to go, okay, how can I make this tell my story? I got something to say too. Hello,
Yep.
Right.
So I think back and all the magazine clippings on the wall and the transistor
Yeah.
radios, and I got my cassette tapes and they break, and I gotta put the tape and put it back. And my dad's like,
Yeah.
enough of that dance hall music. You gotta study. Will you turn it off? West Indian parents don't play.
A hundred,
Yeah.
100%, 100%.
Yeah,
Oh
but
man.
all in all, it's love.
Yep.
I'm gonna do one more sneakers if it's okay, real
Of
quick.
course. And then while you're at, I want you to think after you show your sneaker, we're all gonna pick one sneaker for the cover photo of this live. But go ahead.
Got it. All right. Shout out to Capers. They're making a turn back. These shoes right here, the brand, I don't know
Whoa.
if you guys are familiar, it's called Capers. And
No.
I remember seeing them in the tennis magazine years ago,
Wow.
and
Capers.
they
Look at
just
that
sent me
logo,
these
Bobby.
pairs, so I want to give them a little love. They just reached out. This is the brand right here, Caper, Kaeepa. Check them
Wow.
out.
Oh,
They
That's
were
Capers.
new.
around. They were around, and they kind of went a little dormant, but now they're coming back with some
Wow.
lifestyle looks.
I
Real
love that.
clean, real simple, but
Yeah.
I
You
love
know,
it. They sent me
hold
this
that
pair.
silhouette real quick. Can you hold that silhouette out that way? You know what that remind? Everything remind me of something. I don't know why. It remind me of a Fila tennis shoe
Yeah, the original
that
Fila.
was
Yeah,
I can see
cream.
that. I can see that.
yeah, with the line coming here.
Yes, sir. That's
Yeah,
what that reminds me of. That's
That's a
nice,
clean shoe.
dope.
clean joint, man. So I can't wait to wear them. Look at the soles.
Okay. Yeah, that kind of reminds me of like a Laver.
Yeah,
A little bit.
it's simple and
Yeah.
clean. Some denim, nice and light, nothing
Clean.
crazy. And then the navy blue stitching, dope. I really appreciate it. And
Now, is that performance or is that casual?
this lifestyle. I'm putting this on lifestyle, but I'm sure that I
Okay.
think they have I think they
Okay.
have some performance. But this is gonna get a wear with my denim suit for the U.S. Open.
Very cool,
Yeah,
man.
that's fly.
Looking forward to
That
that. I'm looking forward to your content too when you start
yes,
getting that whole thing. So let us know. That'd be awesome.
Oh, bet for
yes.
sure. No problem, man. No problem. This is amazing.
Also, and we had this last week. We had this conversation off live, right? When we was having our little group session, intro session. I'm looking forward to what Ralph Lauren has for the U.S. Open,
Yeah.
right? What's Polo going to do, Ralph Lauren, for the U.S. Open in 2025?
Listen, I haven't looked at anything yet, but every year I go to the U.S. Open, I'm inspired by the Ralph Lauren collection.
Yeah,
Colors, the colors, the
yeah,
choices, the designs, the layouts. Love it.
yeah,
Always,
yeah.
it never fails.
Right,
They never put out duds. It's always top shelf designs, good messaging.
right,
Can't beat it. Ralph,
right.
you want to do a Vibe Tennis collab?
Oh, let's put the energy out there to the
Yeah,
universe. Let's
Ralph,
go.
Ralph, Ralph X Vibe Tennis. What?
Woo!
Yeah, that's awesome.
That's dope.
Love
Yeah,
that.
Bobby,
man.
you ready, Bobby? We all gonna choose a sneaker.
Yeah, I'm gonna grab my shoe.
All
I
right, I'm
want to
going.
do something that's tennis, but let me think. I got this is just a little part of my collection. I don't even got much here. Um, you show the Agassiz. That'll be too easy. Ooh, I think I got one. Could you show the Agassi? Hold on, Bob. Oh, here we go. Here
Wait,
we go. Here we go. Hold on.
what are we showing? I'm gonna have to go to my first love, man. I gotta go. Where did I put them shoes? Oh, I gotta go here. Oh, the flares! Oh, yo, the flares are yo. That shoe right there, clean.
Super
I'm
clean
gonna
shoe.
go. It's not a tennis shoe, but it's the first running sneaker that influenced tennis material.
Oh
Ooh,
wow. Yeah. There you go.
clean.
The Talari Talari. This is tennis ball material.
No way.
Yeah, this is the first Air Zoom. Yup, they did this inspiration for tennis. So this tennis was a running sneaker.
Ah, man,
That
I
was
love
that was
that.
97. 1997.
97. Yes,
Yo,
sir.
I had a pair of those Air Flares. I remember Mr. Gibbs, shout out, man. That I love. They had that in red. They had that in there was a red one and then the Wimbledon
Blue
colors
shoe.
retro. Beautiful shoe.
Yup.
Love it.
Let's hold
Yep.
it up for a couple of seconds. Hold it up for a couple
Okay.
of seconds. Got it.
Got
All
it.
right.
Cool.
All right.
Wow. Man, I thank you fellas, man. From the
No,
bottom of
thank
my
you, man.
heart.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I appreciate you taking the time, staying on me. My schedule is crazy, you know, such as yours, reaching out and we made it happen.
We made it happen, man. This was a special one. And I'm just fortunate that this is our first tennis oriented Instagram live that we've done, right? So you're teaching us some things and taking
Yes.
us international, taking us down your Kickstory from an island boy point of view.
Yeah, bro. Hey, we love kicks down there too. If anything, we love them
That's
like
right.
crazy. You can't go in the
Yes.
West Indies and not see dudes with nice shoes, man. Going, yo, you gotta pull up.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Bobby.
Man, well, honestly, Rich, thank you very much for joining us. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this too that's watching. Thank you guys for supporting us throughout this whole journey for Kickstory Podcast. And one more time, Rich, let the audience know where they can find you, all
Yeah.
your handles, all your channels.
Okay, so it's Rich. So at Vibe Tennis is Instagram. VibeTennis.com is the website. On TikTok at Vibe Tennis. And yeah, so that's where you find us.
Awesome. And you can find some of his awesome gear there, everything that he just talked about, and a little bit
Yep.
more on there. So can't wait to see what new products, new styles you're going to come up with. US Open is going to be coming up pretty soon too. So let us know how that goes. And
Yes.
it's just going to be an awesome time, man.
Yeah, we
Yes,
got
sir.
some really, really dope stuff coming out for the US Open that I'm excited about. And I got something called In the Mix, which the shirt said downstairs. I should have had one, but I'll send you guys one. The whole idea is that Vibe, we want to be in the mix. So what I did was I turned a mixing console. In the studio, you got these mixing boards, and the little knobs are rectangles. And in my head, I said, tennis court's a rectangle. So I made
Ooh.
the little knobs tennis courts, and they came out fire, bro. So
Ah,
That's awesome,
send
man.
me
I
your
love it.
sizes, man, and we get you guys locked in.
Oh,
all
wow.
right,
I love
cool,
that.
cool.
That's
Appreciate
awesome, man.
that.
Thank
We
you,
we
And
fellas.
we
Thank
we
guys,
you.
we will rock a Vibe Tennis apparel on one of our episodes for you.
Oh
of course,
man,
of
muchas
course.
gracias. Thank you very much.
Yeah,
Yes,
definitely,
sir.
definitely.
Salute. Keep doing what you guys doing, man. Keep doing it.
Yes.
Telling stories, tapping in, building community, and just charging forward, man, with vigor, and
Thank
energy
you
and
very much,
passion.
man.
Love it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. And guys, make sure to go to kickstreetpodcast.com. You will find all of our channels there. Stay locked because we have season 4 coming up pretty soon. Thank you for all the support, guys. There's ways that you can, support us on the channel through kickstreetpodcast.com. Make sure to watch all the past episodes so that way you're caught up. So when we go into season 4, you're caught up to what we have going on too. So we have a lot of great special things coming up. Can't wait to show you guys pretty soon in September, give or take.
Woo.
So that will be coming up pretty soon. Goatee, anything from you?
I just want to say, Richard, thank you again. Nothing but gratitude and momentum for you in the U.S. Open in New York for these next 3 weeks. Right? Hope you meet everything. I am hoping that you can have a conversation with Ralph Lauren and you can
Yes.
do a collaboration. I'm visualizing that. I'm seeing that. Right?
Let's go.
Guys, thank y'all. Yes, guys, thank y'all for tuning into this live. Thank you for the love. As Bobby mentioned, you got 45 episodes to look. Episode 46 is the premiere of season 4. Locked in, coming soon. Everyone be safe. Much love always.
Salute.
Peace,
Hello,
guys.
guys.
Have a good
Have
one.
a good one, guys. Be safe.
Thank you. Thank
Later.
you.
Peace, Rich.